So over the past year, I've been working with a load of agency owners to help them scale their business through the power of content. And one of the key platforms I've been really doubling down on, especially these past 6 to 8 months, is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a great platform to actually use, and you can actually position it as a new marketing channel for your business with the right strategy. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video, how most agency owners use LinkedIn wrong, and the actual strategy you can implement to use LinkedIn as a brand new acquisition channel and overall marketing channel for your agency. So let's start by talking about how most agency owners use LinkedIn wrong, because this is a very common issue and it's something I see firsthand on strategy calls when actually speaking with founders. Most founders know they should be posting on LinkedIn. The problem is they're approaching it completely wrong. Now, let's start by talking about why LinkedIn matters, because this is really important to actually know. Otherwise, why would you bother posting in the first place? So the biggest reason I would say as to why you should be posting on LinkedIn is because it's the biggest B2B social platform. And if you're an agency owner, you're obviously working in the B2B space, and this is a great place to actually capture your ICP. Your ICP is already there. Founders, business owners, you name it, it's all on LinkedIn. And if you're an agency owner, your ICP is probably e-com brands in the 7 to 8 figure range. And these founders are all over this platform. So instantly, it's a great place to be and actually build a connection and build a following on. And one of the biggest reasons I would say why LinkedIn matters is this point here. You get higher quality traffic than most other platforms. This is something I've noticed firsthand, not just through client work, but also through posting content for myself, my own business. I've noticed that LinkedIn brings in the highest quality leads, especially compared to a platform like Instagram, for example, where the lead quality is typically quite low in my opinion, and I've heard a lot of other people say that same thing as well. But LinkedIn is the complete opposite. The lead quality is really high because, like I said, the platform is full of business owners and your ICP is all over the platform. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I keep telling founders on strategy calls that you need to be prioritizing LinkedIn more, because the lead quality and your ICP are there. It's all in front of you. It's all about actually capturing it. Also, there's a few more points as to why it matters. It creates a new inbound acquisition channel. This is a big one because LinkedIn isn't just a place to post for likes and views and followers. It's to actually get inbound leads and treat it as a client acquisition channel, which is what it certainly can be with the right strategy. And the content that you post compounds over time, because if you post evergreen content, it doesn't matter when you posted it, it's relevant all the time, even a year from now. So, through my experience working with agency owners, I've noticed that most of them fall into one of 3 categories when it comes to posting content, specifically LinkedIn. So the first category is they delegate internally. So maybe they assign their junior copywriter to write their posts. This typically means there's no strategy and it just gets treated like another marketing task on their to-do list, rather than getting the actual attention that it needs to bring in the results you want, which is to actually have this as another acquisition channel. And if you're just assigning it to one of your copywriters inside the company, it's not getting that attention that it needs to get the results you want. The second category is these founders just posting consistently. This is something I've seen firsthand a lot. Maybe they post every couple of weeks when a new idea hits, or maybe when they've got a new case study that they want to share and talk about, something like that. And this obviously means there's no consistency, no clear strategy, and again, it's not bringing in the results because the strategy isn't there. And the third one is they just don't post at all, and this is obviously a very big missed opportunity. Doesn't need much explanation. But the big mistake I see when it comes to actually posting is that people think they're posting content. This isn't actually the case. They're building an inbound asset. When I'm speaking with agency owners, I don't talk about posting content for likes, for views, for followers, for even shares, impressions, whatever it is. Those metrics are good and they're nice to have, but it's not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to actually get more people entering your funnel and get more eyeballs to your business. And LinkedIn is one of the best platforms to actually do this. So that's one of the key mindset shifts I keep saying, is that we're not posting content, we're creating assets. Content can be treated as assets, and LinkedIn is definitely an example of that. But real quick, if you're starting to realize LinkedIn should be bringing your agency inbound opportunities instead of being another task on your to-do list, I've put together exactly how I help agencies build that system, and the first link in the description walks you through it if you want to check that out. But let's carry on with the video. So what does good LinkedIn actually do? So let's say you've got the perfect strategy in place, you're posting consistently. What does this actually bring for you and your business? Well, one of the key things is that it builds familiarity, authority, and trust. This is huge. And if you can build all of this, it instantly positions you as an expert in your industry, and this is what typically leads to inbound leads coming in. When it comes to posting content in general, there's typically 3 reasons why you're doing it, especially in this B2B space. One of them is to educate your ICP and to educate your viewers on certain topics that they may not be aware of, like I'm doing with this video, educating agency owners on why they should post on LinkedIn. But the other 2 reasons are to build authority and to build trust. And if you can do all this correctly, this is how you actually turn content into a client acquisition channel instead of something you just post for likes and views. What else does good LinkedIn actually do? Well, it creates demand before sales conversations. This is a huge one because before you ever speak to somebody on a call, they've already seen your content. So they already know what you do, how you think, and the type of people you work with, the results you get, your story, all this type of stuff. They're already aware of it before they ever speak to you on a call. So they're instantly more aware of who you actually are, what you do, and they trust you a lot more. It also makes outbound work better. So if you are doing outbound, 99% of the time, if you reach out to somebody, they're gonna click on your profile and scroll through. And if you have good content in place, so you have a good list of posts, they can actually read through this and they can get to know you a lot more. And again, they can see the authority that you've built, and they start to build that trust just through reading your posts, just through viewing your content. Simple as that. Good LinkedIn also supports referrals. Again, kind of ties into the previous point there, and it feeds your entire content system. This is a huge point. I'm going to talk about this a little bit later on, where it will make more sense to what this actually means. But the key mindset to have when it comes to posting is that you need to think long term. And this applies to anything, whether it's the gym, learning a new skill, or posting content. One post won't change your business. That's obvious. But 100 posts might. So it's the consistency that matters, and the consistency that actually compounds over time and creates these results. LinkedIn isn't just a lead generation hack. It's an asset that compounds over time, so it's all about the long term. It's a long-term strategy, and this is just content in general. Compared to something like paid ads, for example, where you're gonna get results way quicker, content is something that's a lot slower, but in my opinion, a lot more impactful and a lot better long-term, because most founders do prioritize paid ads over something like content because it just gets better results quicker. But 12 months from now, or even 3 years from now, if you give that same attention to content, it's going to give you much better results. So you need to think long term. And this doesn't just apply to LinkedIn, by the way. It applies to content in general, whether it's YouTube, email, etc. Content is a long-term game. So let's talk about the type of posts that perform well. So in my opinion, and based on my experience working with clients in the B2B space, there's 4 types of posts that perform really well on LinkedIn. The first one is storytelling. This one is huge. Founder stories perform really well pretty much every time. Every time I'm ghostwriting for a client, whenever I put together a founder story type post, I always know it's going to perform well because people connect with people. And if you can actually give your story in a way that's engaging to read and people may actually connect to, it's always going to perform well. And this is what actually builds a following and builds an audience through storytelling. So this is one of the key type of posts that I always implement into any content strategy, is storytelling. The second one is authority. This one is really important because it builds credibility and positions you as an expert at what you do, which obviously builds more trust. So just talking about topics, obviously it depends on what type of services you offer for your agency, but say it's email marketing. talking about some email marketing insights, or maybe giving some opinions on something that you've learned or that you've gotten results for with clients you've worked with. This builds authority, so we definitely want to have a load of these type of posts in the system as well. The third post that always performs really well are infographics. You can even use AI to create these images, but if you go on LinkedIn, you always see when you're scrolling through your feed infographic posts, and they always have hundreds, even thousands of likes. They always get an insane amount of reach. And the fourth one is lead magnets. So this is the one I really want to talk about because this drives more traffic into your funnel, and it's a key part of your content system. So if I actually go back to what I mentioned earlier, so what good LinkedIn actually does, feeds your entire content system. This is what I mean by that. So lead magnets and using lead magnet posts on LinkedIn feed your content system, because through having lead magnets in place, you can actually promote these in your posts on LinkedIn. Say now you have an email cheat sheet resource that you want to promote. You can do a post on LinkedIn talking about the overall topic of email marketing, and then the CTA can be to comment email and I'll send you the resource. And then for everyone who comments email on that post, you then DM them the actual resource link. They click on the link, they obviously opt in with their email, and then they receive that resource through their email, and then boom, they're in your email system, and then you can nurture these leads through email marketing. So it all ties into the content system. LinkedIn, along with everything else, is just a cog in that system, and it all works together to actually get these results. It's a lot more top of funnel posts that you're actually going to put out, especially with these lead magnets. It's going to bring a load more people into your funnel with these type of posts, and then nurturing them through your email marketing is what's actually going to build a really good connection and obviously be part of that content system that's going to drive those results and book more calls. So if you're going to take anything away from this video, let it be this. The agencies that win over the next 5 years won't just have the best service, they'll have the strongest attention. And LinkedIn is one of the best places to start building that. And if you'd rather have someone build this LinkedIn content system rather than trying to manage it yourself, check the top link in the description and you can check more about what I actually do and see if it's a good fit to work together. So check the top link in the description if you're interested in that. And for now, I'll see you in the next video.